The legal industry is in the early stages of a radical transformation, driven by megatrends of an increasingly large, interconnected population of people and devices, creating more information in digital form today than has ever been created before. The challenge for the legal industry is to ensure that it remains able to efficiently and cost-effectively perform its function in a world where 90% of all digital information has been created in the last 2 years, where the population is forecast to reach 8 billion inside of the next 10 years, where more computing devices exist than people, and where communication cycles and global interconnectedness are accelerating and driving up complexity and legal risk to levels we haven't experienced before. Fortunately, in the face of these fundamental megatrends, there are two counterbalancing forces. The first is known as Moore's Law, named after the co-founder of the Intel chip company, who observed as long ago as 1965 that the number of transistors per square inch on an integrated circuit doubled every 2 years. Today, the law is generally understood to mean that the power of computing devices is doubling every 2 years, and many computer scientists, Moore himself, believes that this will remain the case for at least the next 20 years. What this means is that in just 10 years' time, computers are going to be 32 times more powerful than they are today. At the same time, a newer trend suggests that the cost of a unit of computing power is reducing by 50% every 3 years. So in 10 years' time, we will be able to obtain roughly 10 times the computing power for the same amount that we're paying today. Harnessing this power is going to be the key to maintaining efficiencies in the legal industry in the face of the compounding amounts of people, devices, interconnectedness, complexity, and risk. This is probably true for all industries. But access to all this additional computing power will come with additional responsibilities. Lawyers have always been expected to operate under high ethical standards, and a lawyer's duty to professionally represent and uphold the best interests of a client will require lawyers to keep abreast of changes in the practice of law, including the benefits and risks associated with using relevant technologies, to have a reasonable understanding of those technologies, or to seek assistance from others who have the necessary proficiency, to ensure that service providers and technology partners they use support their professional obligations, and to implement and provide appropriate information security procedures for the information and communications that they process and hold. We're increasingly likely to see advanced encryption technologies find their way into mainstream legal practice, including advanced digital signatures. Change will also be driven by the demands of clients who will no longer tolerate old, inefficient ways of legal service delivery, where faster, less expensive methods are available. Some lawyers who practice in small firms and partnerships have said to me that the use of technology in legal service delivery is mostly the domain of larger firms dealing with larger matters, such as construction and engineering litigation, or investigations into the collapse of financial institutions and funds. While this might be true initially, it is unlikely to be the case for long. In fact, small firms may benefit even more from access to online technologies that can introduce economy at even small scales. We can already see abundant evidence of technology-driven change in legal practice, both in the form of new practice management and administration systems, as well as in supporting functional areas of legal service, such as electronic discovery and litigation, and virtual deal rooms in M&A transactions. But we're also at the beginning of a major evolution in legal information analytics, with a lot of investment in the technology sector going into ways in which legal data can be analyzed and applied using statistical methods and advanced machine learning technologies to solve legal problems or to prevent them from arising in the first place. We can reasonably anticipate that legal practice will continue to evolve at a rapid pace, and that practitioners should look to associate themselves with this evolution to ensure that they remain able to provide a highly valued and innovative professional service to clients into the future.